According to clinical psychologist Meg Jay, 80% of life's defining moments happen before we turn 35. Our personalities also change more during our 20s than any other time in our lives. This video is to help people submerge yourself in your 20s, to squeeze out all the juice possible from it, because I truly believe that the 20s could be the best decade in our life. Here are 20 things I feel like you should do to really squeeze out the best from your 20s to leave you with no regrets. Number 1, fail as much as you can. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm trying YouTube. I'm an artist. I'm painting. The more things you try, the more things you're going to succeed at. And that's a trait you should build when you're 20. Fail as much as you can. Number 2, travel. True happiness doesn't come from just tangible things and physical possessions. They come from memories. Traveling is one of the best ways to open your mind, to gain memories, to make new friends, to grow what you see the world is like. As somebody who lives in Ireland, a small place, it's even more significant and more important for me to travel. A mind stretched by new experiences can never go back to its former shape. Number 3, forget about money. It's about building relationships, building things that will last. Right now, I'm making YouTube videos. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because I want to be able to look back a few years down the line and say, okay, I'm building something. I could easily be in a job paying me a certain amount of money, more than this is giving me. I live at home with my mom, being realistic. Forget about money. People are trying to play a race and flex on things. Right now, you can afford not to be rich. That's one thing you need to be aware of. Be aware of where you are. When you are 20, you can afford not to be rich. Number 4, decide what person you want to be and start living that way. Again, according to Meg Jay, our 20s is the time our personality changes the most. I can confirm this is true. I'm not changing through just osmosis. I'm also changing because I started to read more. I started to decide and outline my values. Decide the kind of person you want to be and start making steps to be that person. I want to be a creator. I want to be an artist. I want to be somebody who builds things. I want to be somebody who's disciplined. Decide in your 20s who you want to be. Don't just fall into life and be who life pushes you to be. Number 5, read more. Brad Lebowitz says, before you speak, you should think, and before you think, you should read. Reading opens your mind, especially when you're getting out of your teens and all you've been force-fed is school and parents. When you're 20, you can read from people who appeal to you or intrigue you, and then that can also help you form your personality. Number 6, build an exercise habit. Physical health is completely tied to mental health, mind, body, and spirit. You don't stop doing things because you get old. You get old because you stop doing things. Building an exercise habit, you will thank yourself in the future. Learn how to exercise, walk more, move more. Number 7, travel alone. It will help you be more comfortable with yourself. It'll help you talk to strangers more. It'll help you be self-sufficient. I've traveled alone more than I've traveled with people at this point, and I love it so much because you're forced to meet new people. You're forced to explore. You have the freedom to do what you want. Travel alone. I feel like everyone should at least travel alone once. Once you get the taste, you'll love it. Number 8, try as many things as you can. Half of knowing who you are is knowing who you aren't. And half of knowing what you like is knowing what you don't like. Since I've been 15, I've sold clothes, I've done events, I've managed, I've sold food, I've done an abundance of things, trying things. That's beautiful because when I turn 30, when I turn 40, I have a heap of things that I've tried that I know I don't like, and I can bin them, and I have the things that remain, the things I do like because I've tried. Put more time into your hobby. When you're 20, you may not have kids, you may not have the responsibility of having children or too much other responsibilities. You have the time to put into your hobbies. I picked up my guitar. I read a lot more. I put a lot of time into my music. I like to watch films. I like to go to the cinema. I like to go for walks. I have the time to do this now because I'm in my 20s and I'm utilizing that. And I'm realizing this is actually something I want to continue. My hobbies are important to me. Number 10, learn how to cook. A super practical one. Anyone who doesn't know how to cook is a bit iffy to me. Like, this is just an irreplaceable skill. Even more importantly, you can cook for yourself. Wherever you go, you won't be stuck eating nonsense food because you're going to be able to cook with what you have. 11, take more risk. What are you afraid to lose? Again, this is being aware in your 20s. I can afford to go all in my music, all in into Nothing to the Grave, all in into my creative, because what is my risk? If this doesn't succeed, which it will, I only have gains because I'm learning, I'm putting myself out there, I'm discovering. Take a risk. What are you afraid of putting yourself out there? What are you afraid of leaving a job? This is the thing you should ask yourself. This is one of the things you should do. Take more risk. Number 12, this is a crucial one. Ask yourself what your purpose is. The sooner you discover this, the better and more clear your life will be. When I realized my purpose is to inspire people and help people get closer to their full potential, a switch came on in my brain, because now I know I'm going towards a direct purpose. So many people spend your whole lives never knowing what your purpose is. If you can discover this in your 20s, or try at least start to work towards it, I feel like your life is going to be so much more clear. You're going to have a lot less uncertainty and anxiety in your life. Ask yourself what your purpose is. Number 13, don't start any bad habits. If you don't smoke, don't start smoking. If you don't drink, don't start drinking. I've heard that once you start a habit, it's impossible to actually rewire your mind. All you can do is avoid it, but you will always be addicted to that thing. If you don't want to be fighting a habit 20 years down the line, which I know so many people right now are fighting smoking habits, think of yourself in the future. Number 14, learn how to distinguish between the good and bad advice from your parents. That's a great one. Most empires are destroyed from within, being realistic. A lot of the opinions that we worry about are from our parents. Your parents grew up in a different time. The world is changing so much. Build that kind of filter or sieve in your head to take out the bad advice from your parents or the people who are around you, your parents, your friends, your family. Number 15, start journaling. Imagine 10 years from now, or 15 years from now, 20 years from now, if you ever have kids, you can show your kids, or you yourself can look back who you were in words, which is so much more emotionally resonant and powerful than pictures, reading and writing. I think I have 4 years of journaling, and it's so exciting because to read back on who I was, not only does it help you in the moment, but imagine having 20 years or 10 years of journaling. Who knows, you may be a special person. That might be worth something one day. That might be helpful to other people one day. Start journaling. Number 17, become your best friend. The only person that's going to be with you all times is you. So you have to learn how to be your best advisor, your most honest and fair critic, and your most entertaining person. Learn how to entertain yourself. Learn what you like. Learn how to love yourself when you're 20. If you build this when you're 20, imagine how unstoppable you will be when you grow up. Number 18, learn about investing. Learn about the S&P 500. Learn about stocks. Learn about crypto. Learn about how to invest your money. It could be small. It could be a euro or dollar every so often. You don't need to know every single detail or be hyper obsessive about it, but I think that's really good information to know. It's helped me. I have a few stocks. I like knowing that they're there. They're just going to be there. I like stocks. No, invest. Number 19, face your fears. Whatever fear you have, is it talking in public? Is it traveling by yourself? Is it going up to a guy or girl? Is it putting yourself out there? Face your fears. And number 20 is subscribe to Nothing to the Grave. We're going to grow. I'm in my 20s. We're going to grow together. We hope that we can impact you. The whole point of this channel is to help people realize who they can be. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to Nothing to the Grave.